Hi, everybody. Welcome
Hi.
back. It's nice to see you. I hope everybody's having a great day and they're enjoying life and the weather and everything else. I know most of you know us by now, but if you don't, I'm Sylvia. I'm vegan. I'm a boss babe and
I'm Courtney. I'm a proud mom and a growth influencer. And together we're
side by
side by side.
side. Again, it's nice seeing everybody today. And we have a really good, well, all our topics are good, let's just say. But, anyways, there's another good topic that we're going to go over
Oh, absolutely.
today. And it's called, okay, Dream Team, old school or new school. So here's a question for all you guys listening, who already are on a team or with a business that has a team, or even, trying to be on one. It's all it's going to be all related to that because when you are on some type of businesses like MLM, you work together. It's not about just you. It's not a one person team. It's everybody.
Mhm.
That's why you have teammates, you have a group, and all this is to help you grow. So the question is, is this your dream team? The team you want to be on, the team that's going to help you grow and to your best potential and what you want. Exciting, right, guys?
Exactly. Yes. And I can't wait until you hear all.
So let's start out, okay, on what your dreams are. I want to start out by saying that everybody has dreams, whether it'll be towards their business, their life, how they want to have their lifestyle. But dreams, from what I've seen, have changed from people who want a business, like from the 80s. They're so different than from today. And everybody knows today is very different. Everything from finances to what people do, all the internet, all those things are very, very different. So obviously, with that being said, dreams have shifted. They're not the same. So just to give you an example, back in the day, like what do they call them, the baby boomers? All their dreams were, and I know it seems funny, like the women in the 50s, just to stay home and be a housewife. Could you believe it? That was a dream. It was never a dream to work, to be a secretary, to make money.
Right.
That was never it. So since then, obviously, it's changed. Okay,
Mhm.
then the women came into the work world, and we needed to be in the work world, and now it's like you need to income, so you have to be in the work world. So
Yep.
it's changed, and I believe in such a short amount of time. But like I said, it's shifted, and what Courtney and I were talking about, what we've seen is now it's shifted from simple things like that, just being a housewife, not caring about an income, to people who want to have the world and giving back, and and not taking from it.
Right.
Back in the day, they just wanted to make money, you know have a status by
Like get married, buy a house, have a family, retire. That was their
yeah, and that's not it today.
nope.
People's dreams are different. They don't even want that anymore. It's not their goal. They could care less if they even own a pair of designer shoes or clothes. It's so different. So, you know, included with that, and I'll just give you an example. New school dream building would be like an example, like Courtney just said, what some is, volunteering time, being a person who does zero waste, decreasing the world footprint through shopping, believe it or not, you know, caring about humanity, animals, the way they eat, veganism. I mean, helping people. There's just, it's so different. The shift has changed it. So, their focus is not about money. Back in the old school days, it was, because you needed that to get ahead, to be happy, to retire. Those are not the focus of, people's lives anymore. They want to do more. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that they have a really, really strong desire to give back and create a change in the world. That is what's important to them today, not ourselves. I know it sounds really weird, but
It's just,
you
that's
know,
where it is. It's simplicity. It's
yes,
just simplicity. That's
exactly.
where they're,
It's too much to, have to, do work for all these corporate jobs that don't pay, and they do nothing for the environment to help people. So, they prefer to work for, like, nonprofit companies that give back, to the world, also companies that have a holistic approach to work as well. Google, the first time, what did they do? They provided for everybody. They made sure they had lunch. They made sure they were comfortable. They cared about how they sat. They provided ergonomic chairs. It was really, back in the day, people used to smoke in the office. Nobody
oh
cared.
yeah. A lot of them, they'll have gyms so they can go work out their break or their lunch. So it's just so they can stay healthy.
Exactly. They didn't provide any of that. Now people provide gym membership. They make sure that you have, like, even, how do you say, medical care with your insurance.
Mental days, to take a break, to take a day off, or
Yeah,
just mental.
yeah.
Oh, what?
Exactly. So now, it's changed, and, the environment is totally different, even mentally, and as far, like we said, physical health.
Exactly.
Okay.
And they're more focused on that. They're way more focused on their physical health and where they're at and their spirituality and what's going on in the world, and really want to do whatever they can to help the world. And that's
Exactly. I got a great example for you. I know somebody who just started a new job, and she said she loves it. And guess what they gave her? They gave her a book on meditating.
cool.
See where it's going. It's not like it used to be. That's my point. It's nothing like it used to be. So, Courtney, you want to go over a few more things that are so very different?
Yes, absolutely. For us, we're talking about this, but to help us engage with the millennials, because they are going to be the ones that are going to be running the world eventually. They are starting now, but for us to engage with them, we need to talk their language, and their language is, they use mobile apps and instant messengers. They're not going to pick up a phone and answer and talk to you. That's not their language.
No, and those of you who know how hard is it to get somebody younger than you to answer the phone? It's
both my girls.
I know, but really, text me. No, just text.
Yep. 62% of millennials claim they would more likely buy a brand that engages them on social media.
Now, what does that tell you?
And that's from Forbes. You could find that out in Forbes. They put that out. Another way to engage with them is understand how they shop. They hate being sold to. They do. They like to research the product and see the value and the bargaining, what they can bargain to get for. They really will take their time before they buy something. They'll research it out, and if it has a nonprofit attached. Okay, for instance, Tom's, the shoes, Tom's. If you buy a pair of shoes and you go register them, they'll donate a pair of shoes to a third world country, so they have shoes.
Now, what's going on there? That company is giving back by having a business that they profit from. This is what they want now these days. Now, that's awesome. There's a lot of companies that do that do a portion and donate their profits to help some type of humanity.
Yep, exactly. Appeal to their values. And to be honest, millennials are natural born direct salespeople. They can talk about products and stuff with no problem. And you want them in any MLM, but you have to learn to engage with them and talk in their language. And 66% of them want to start their own business, just like my daughter did. 66%. That's not bad when you think about it.
So if you go back to the old school, how many people had their own business, and yet how many women were even involved in those businesses? Slim percentage.
Very slim. They value independence and working for nonprofits and working flexible hours.
Mhm.
They love that. They're more into the type of lifestyle they can have versus having to go to work, make money, make a paycheck and bring it home and pay the bill.
Do you remember the saying, the American dream? To work all your life 8 to 5 for someone else and then retire. That was what they used to say was the American dream.
Yep.
Not anymore. That's not a dream for anybody.
No. Not a dream for us, right? Not a dream for you and I.
No, it's more about the entrepreneurial, like Courtney said, working flexible. I mean, I'm not a millennial, but heck, I think like that. I want flexible hours. I don't want to work for somebody forever for the rest of my life. I want to be able to, supposedly retire and travel and still be healthy, to do all those things. And most of all, have independence. I don't want somebody dictating when I have to get up and be there and how many days, I'm going to stay there. I mean, why?
Exactly. And this generation is rising in veganism. They're really conscious on what they're putting in their bodies and stuff.
They're more health conscious. Of course, back in the day, they had the 4 food groups, and that's it. Right. But now people are understanding the power of plants.
Yes, and they're reading, and they read what's in the ingredients of the products before they buy. They rather go to a farmer's market than to a grocery store.
And look for organic. That way you don't get the pesticides, because that's all over already, but that's been years going on. But now they look for things that don't have that are more healthy, more sustainable.
Exactly.
Oh, they're smart. Definitely.
They're focused on animal rights, inclusiveness, environment, and sustainability. They like new experiences, and this isn't a biggie. They would rather to rent than to own or buy something. They're in a sharing economy. What that means is they still want to travel like any other normal person, but if you own something, you have to make sure everything's still working and everything is fine when you leave. Renting, you don't have to worry about it because you pay a renter that, and the owner of that property has to take care of that instead of you having to worry about taking care of that property. Or you're seeing a lot of them in tiny homes because they want to be cost effective, or living off the land. Rental, you're seeing a lot of them. And if you can learn to engage, saying, look, they may not want to make a 6-7 figure income, but they just want a nice comfortable lifestyle that they can live off the land and get certain things that they would like to do and give back. That is something that they would listen to, guaranteed.
Definitely. So, how many of you out there understand what I'm talking about when I say, when people own a home, how much stress is that to be able to make that mortgage? And
it's not an investment. It's not
an investment until you own it.
Exactly. It's a liability.
It is a liability. So, this generation, they're smart. They're like, I don't want to be in debt like that, because and everybody knows.
Exactly. Why do you think Airbnb is so popular around the world? They get to go there, live there for a week or a month or whatever.
Yeah.
Leave. You have to worry about doing anything.
And you don't have to worry about a mortgage.
Yeah.
They're very smart.
Yeah, they are. They're super. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, and a lot of them are looking into living in cities where they can walk instead of having a car, use public transportation, use bicycles. It's just they're very concerned for the world, pollution, and all that. They're not living in the suburbs as much. They're living in the cities and smaller communities where they get together and go to the parks and go hang out and get together. So they're all about community.
No, exactly. And that's huge in comparison to the old school or the past the way we used to live before. So with all that Courtney has mentioned, everything that I have gone over as well, what does all that mean? Okay. So basically, what they want to do, those things to work towards their dreams. So, if you, as somebody who's trying to build your dream team, okay, you're looking for people to help build your team and their dream team as well, okay, it's important that you can identify the difference. All right. We wouldn't recommend that you approach them with an invitation to your team without getting to know them. It's because they're very, very different. So, you can identify their dreams and what they are. Right.
Exactly.
So again, that brings us back to the dream team. Who are they? Okay. The dream team is your best friends, people that you enjoy, hanging out with, enjoying life with, spending time with, growing your
building a business together with. Once you're friends and stuff, and you guys are very common with them, so you're building a relationship with them, then they'll want to build that business with you because they see who you genuinely are and not this facade.
Mm-hmm. Correct. So, being friends, obviously it builds stronger the more time you spend with them, right? It's hard to, bond and become friends with somebody that you don't even talk to or you don't even have conversations with, and you can't expect these people to be part of your dream team. It's just, it's not going to work like that because you need to work together for your team.
And you need to let it take time. Friendships just don't go overnight.
Exactly. And we all know that. So, again, we're talking about your dream team. Okay. And the type of people, the differences in people with back in the day and now, because you're going to target both. Okay. Obviously, and like Courtney said, obviously the younger ones are the ones that are going to carry the dream team on. So you need those as well. And I know, some people might have a hard time resonating with them. So that's why we listed the differences with them. So you can identify and say, oh, okay, yeah, that's right. They like to do this, because they're not going to resonate with something that's old school. Like, hey, do you want $1 million? They're going to be like, yeah, I can really care less.
Or, hey, you want to go buy a BMW or a Lexus or
I could care less. Exactly. What's your dream? You want a home? I could care less. So those are things that are not going to resonate with anyone. And, unfortunately, if that's the case, they're probably not going to join you to help you build your dream team. So let me ask everybody out there. I have a question for you. Okay. If all this resonates with you, do you ever wonder, okay, I don't know where everybody's at progress wise or how their business is doing, but do you ever wonder or ask yourself, why don't you have these type of people on your team? And ask yourself, if this is a question for you, ask yourself these personal questions, and maybe they will help you figure it out on why you have not connected with these type of people, the ones that you're looking for. Okay. So the first one would be, are you investing time to hang out with them, get to know them? Like, hey, let's go grab coffee somewhere. No shop talk, only about yourself.
About them.
Trying to get to know each other. Okay. Do you do that? Do you take the time out to do that? Is this person just somebody who's on your list and you're like, oh, well, it's so-and-so. Okay. Think about it. It's very important. Another one.
Even doing a museum or go to the park or go to a farmer's market or something. Just get together. No business talk, no shop talk. Just get to know them. Keep throwing it back at them. hey, blah, blah, blah. They talk to you about you. No, no, no. You get to know them because they will start seeing that you are you genuinely care about them. And you do if you're a normal human being, right?
So like Courtney said, museum, whatever. So are you creating moments to spend time with them? I mean, are you actually, like she said, just pick something, hey, do you want to go bike riding? Whatever, just something that you guys have in common so you can spend time with this person. Okay. So another one is, are you sharing your life, with them? Are you telling them, oh, this happened, about your family? Are you telling them, bits and pieces of personal things so they can get to know you? Because most friendships are based on trust and acceptance. So how are they gonna, feel or trust you or want to even work with you if they don't know anything about you? Not a thing. They don't know your family. They don't know where you live. They don't know what's going on. They don't know you on a personal level. This is super important. I mean, time with them is like, it's golden. They're like a friend. It's not just, oh, somebody I work with. They are friends. They are going to grow with you. And that's like until the end of time, until whenever, you guys have separation. So these are things that you should be making time for. Now, the biggest thing is here, when you do hang out with them, if you do, are you listening? Is it all about you? Are you, yucking away about you? Are you asking them questions, having them tell you about themselves, about their job? What do they think? Do they like what they're doing? Do they like working with you? I mean, whatever it is, are you listening to them? So that way, whatever their needs are, you can help them. That's super important, especially on a dream team, because you don't want somebody who you're not listening to, but you're listening to someone else. And then this one feels left out. And believe me, they do. They do. Whatever you do on that team, everyone is going to notice. Okay. So if you can be equal with all your dream team, because if you favor one more than the other, they're going to notice, and they're all going to say, they're not going to probably say anything, but they will, make it a point in their own mind what's going on. And then, it might lead to some decisions that they don't want to make because of that. So, you need to be really, really connected and make sure you're fair with all your dream team.
Yep.
Okay. Obviously, if it's working out, that's a different story. You handle it separately. But as a whole, you should, if you're spending time with one, you need to be spending time with all of them, because they are all of them together create your whole, right?
Right. And not one is more than the other person. They're all equal.
Correct. So you have to, even though they're all your good friends, they all have to be your good friends. You can't, again, you can't do more than the other, because they will know. And that, I don't know about you, but in a circle of friends or a building team, I would not like if that wasn't, if everybody wasn't treated the same.
Right.
I would feel it would be a little bit biased or unfair.
Exactly.
But again, these are questions that you ask yourself if you are telling yourself, how come I can't have people like that? Or why don't these people come across my path? Okay. And again, these are just all, suggestions on friend making. It's not science. Right. Sorry,
because
I had that word.
Now think about it. When you're building a business, and anyone you bring into your business, you want that friendship. You want to have fun and go travel and do things and giving back to the environment, all that together. You want that. You don't want to just go, okay, I'm building, but you're not having friends. You just are like, hi.
Well, if you don't have friends, you're not going to succeed.
Yeah, they're not going to stay.
They're not going to stay.
So
if you don't have that personal connection, they're not going to stay.
Yep.
So one of the last things that I, want to bring up is, are you being clear about the team goals? What are they? You guys should all be on the same page. Not something else. Just make sure that they understand that you're clear. So together, you guys can all build it at once together on the same page. Because sometimes if you're not clear, it might not be, how do you say, it might not be successful because they're unclear, they're not sure
Right.
know
Exactly.
what they should be doing. So that's why as friends, it makes it easier because you guys are continually talking.
Exactly.
So you're always communicating, you're always saying, oh gosh, this, that. And then of course, business is going to get mixed up, but it's going to be in the knowing. So then that way everybody knows. It's not going to be like, oh, I didn't know that. Well, I haven't talked to so-and-so in like months. Yeah, that's not a good sign if that's what you're experiencing. Okay.
Right.
So
And the other thing too is, don't look at the millennials and say, hey, let's go dream build. They're going to walk away. They're going to go, see ya. That's just not me. But when you get to know what their values and what their true, what they want in life, then you can go, okay, for instance, someone who's really into the homeless shelter, go volunteer at a homeless shelter with them.
mhm.
They're really into farmers markets or the earth, the beach. What's that other place called? Just gardens and stuff. Just do something that it's in their view and what they want. And believe it or not, you'll enjoy it more too, because I'm starting to really enjoy the simplicity of life.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing, is they're very simple. The whole point to this is they're not all about like
Money.
the past. That the past is the past. I'm sorry. Sure, there might be some people who still want those things, but for the majority, or for people that you're looking for, they want simplicity, especially economy, everything else. I mean, they just want to live life. They don't want to struggle. They don't want to be in debt. They don't want to have all these things that are hindering their happiness. They just want to go out and about and do their thing.
Right. And they just want to be happy. They don't need the stress of loans and buying a house and all that.
Ours, again, we're not saying everybody, but we're saying, what we're seeing, I don't know if you want to say trending, but
what's trending, yes.
more people are into giving back. Okay.
And there will be people come across that do want the mansion, do want the cars, but there are going to be few in between on that one. There's not going to be a whole lot. It's more giving back, like Sylvia said. So please learn about your potential.
Yeah, learn the differences. I mean, whether they want the mansion or they want to help out, doing charity. Find out which one it is. It just helps you. That's all. We're just saying that they are, different people now. They're not like they used to be. So that what does that mean? You have to change. You have to change the way you approach people, for sure. Because those old school tactics are not going to work on these people. And these are great people. They would probably be a total asset to your business and for themselves. But if you can't determine what their dreams are, it might be a lost opportunity.
And like I said in the other video, is they are your direct sales marketers. You're the best ones to get on your team. Now, in order to do that, you've got to get to know them and give it time. Don't rush the process. Don't try to go blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Take the time to get to know who they are, what their values are, what they want. Because
you might spend
that you're
6 months with them, and then in the end, they tell you they're not interested. That's fine, but guess what? You just made a great friend.
Exactly.
It's not like back in the day where they didn't work out and you never talked to them again because you never even knew them.
And they might be great customers. They may not build a business, but they might like the stuff that you have in your company.
Yeah, and again, the long-lasting friends.
Right.
That's I would think more important, but the whole reason why we're talking about this is we just want, everybody out there to realize different dreams, different ways to approach people. And I don't know if you guys noticed, Courtney and I have been showing a lot on different personalities. So there's a lot for everybody to learn, definitely. But we really like this topic here because we do see the shift and we recognize it.
Yep.
So we just want to point out some stuff so you guys can do it too.
Exactly. So with that, if you have any comments or suggestions below, please leave them down below. And if you are doing this, what we're teaching and stuff, and it's working for you, please share with us. We would love to hear on how it's working and what you're doing to relate with the millennials. That'd be great. Or anyone, just share. And if this video gave you value, please give it a thumbs up. We would really greatly appreciate it. And with that, Sylvia, I'll turn it back to you.
Yeah. And remember, everybody, always be consistent, okay? Because everything is subject to change. So I'm glad you were here to join us. Like Courtney said, I'm pretty sure you had some nuggets to take away, especially, you newbies out there, because like we said, there's a lot to learn. So we're just trying to give you a little shortcut because it takes time to, to actually know and we're still learning. Courtney,
yeah.
We're still learning. So we want to share all our learning with you guys. And that's why we're here. So again, everybody have a great evening. Thanks for joining us. And if you're trying this or you have any questions, let us know. We would love to hear from you. Okay, everybody, until next time, we will see you soon. Have a great night.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.